station that's on your side. This is News 12 at 6 o'clock.
North Augusta in the national spotlight today with Governor Ron DeSantis bringing his presidential campaign to town.
God save the United States of America. We need it.
His message to voters is straight ahead.
But first, a flash flood watch is still in effect. The rain does not look to be slowing down anytime soon.
The First Alert Radar Network is active again today, and so let's check in with meteorologist Mikkel Hannah-Harding.
That's right, Richard. We are tracking some active downpours on radar. You can see in the boxes and also behind me a pretty good look from Beach Island. There were some ominous clouds here, but now about your weekend outlook coming up in just a bit.
Presidential candidate Ron DeSantis in the area for the first time since he hit the campaign trail.
This stop comes on the heels of a lawsuit announcement and a rollout of endorsements from 15 South Carolina lawmakers. Nick Veland shows us what DeSantis told voters this afternoon.
Cheers, and speaking to the one place our area is known for.
Not a bad place probably to go playing golf. I heard there's a decent course down the road from here.
The question lingered if Ron DeSantis answered if he would back Trump if he were to lose the nomination. This afternoon, he clarified.
I didn't avoid. No, it was misquoted. I said, here's what I said. I said, you run this process, you compete, and you respect the outcome of the process. I think I'm going to be the nominee. No matter what happens, I'm going to work to beat Joe Biden. That's what you have to do.
Aiming to beat Joe Biden with enforcing his stance on abortion.
In Florida, we've promoted a culture of life, and including we were able to enact a heartbeat bill to protect when there's a detectable heartbeat. I know South Carolina has recently done similar, and I applaud them for doing that. I think it'll make a difference. I think it's humane. I think it'll protect life.
Citing his resume to hopefully gain support from police officers.
When you had the BLM riots, you never saw me marching against the police like these other politicians were. We stood with the police from day one because we recognize attacking people who wear the uniform is not going to make our community safer.
In North Augusta, Nick Veland on your side.
And the GOP field continues to grow. Another candidate threw his hat to the ring, former Texas Congressman Will Hurd.
Now there are 12 Republican presidential candidates. New tonight, details on the GBI's investigation into Burke County Sheriff Alfonso Williams. A GBI report says commissioners accuse Williams of using county funds to cover out-of-state travel expenses for Williams to teach private lessons. In March, District Attorney Jared Williams asked the GBI to investigate, and this investigation is still happening. Authorities say a murder suspect is recovering after being stabbed at the Webster Detention Center. Investigators say Evan Smith and Kendrick Green stabbed Ike Lang twice in the arm and back, and it happened while Lang was being escorted to a new housing unit. Smith and Green are charged with aggravated assault, drug possession, and more.
It is a sign of the times. Healthcare companies joining forces, and it's about to happen again. And for the first time since they announced plans for an AU Health Wellstar merger, you'll be able to get more information about that. The Attorney General's office hosting a hearing. It's coming up Tuesday, 1 in the afternoon. That'll be at the Lee Auditorium on Laney Walker Boulevard. There's a big problem at the bottom of this hole in a woman's yard in Hephzibah. She says it's all thanks to the recent rain. Augusta Utilities has been at the home a number of times to try to fix that issue, but a neighbor tells us it is still a problem. Hallie Turner live for us. So Hallie, what is the problem in the yard behind you?
Well, Richard and Laura, at first glance, this yard looks normal. That is until you get closer or you see some of these red and yellow flags, or you get near this shovel. And if you pick it up, you might not want to step there because it's literally seeping in. And when there's a big storm like what we're experiencing this week, you're going to see what you saw on your screen just a minute ago. This green grass is going to disappear. And the homeowners say it's been like this for the past 3 years.
Every time it rains, we end up with a hole in the yard. The more it rains, the bigger the hole gets.
All starting when the city says a pipe burst in 2019.
It was a pond.
I have guys in my front yard was full of water all the time.
After filing a report with the city, the issues didn't go away. Vondria Armstrong says they grew.
Boulevard. There's a big problem at the bottom of this hole in a woman's yard in Hephzibah. She says it's all thanks to the recent rain. Augusta Utilities has been at the home a number of times to try to fix that issue, but a neighbor tells us it is still a problem. Hallie Turner live for us. So Hallie, what is the problem in the yard behind you?
Well, Richard and Laura, at first glance, this yard looks normal. That is until you get closer or you see some of these red and yellow flags, or you get near this shovel. And if you pick it up, you might not want to step there because it's literally seeping in. And when there's a big storm like what we're experiencing this week, you're going to see what you saw on your screen just a minute ago. This green grass is going to disappear, and the homeowners say it's been like this for the past 3 years.
Every time it rains, we end up with a hole in the yard. The more it rains, the bigger the hole gets.
All starting when the city says a pipe burst in 2019.
It was a pond.
I had guys in my front yard was full of water all the time.
After filing a report with the city, the issues didn't go away. Vondria Armstrong says they grew.
Problem is that you think the ground is solid, but if you can take a broom handle, it will disappear in the hole. That's a problem.
3 water main leak reports turned into 4 sinkhole reports, becoming a quick fix that didn't stick.
I don't care how much dirt they put in it. They've been here 3 times to fill the hole. They didn't tamp it. They'll give it some grass seeds, some rye hay, or whatever you call it. And then it rains again, and we're right back in the same situation.
When News 12 contacted engineering, they said they weren't aware of sinkhole issues here.
I don't know why the city is saying utilities. They don't know anything about what's going on here. There's plenty of documentation to prove that.
Countless open records requests, videos, phone calls, and the engineering department went silent until yesterday.
I was on my way out the door, and ding dong, it was Vincent Miller. I hadn't heard from him in a while. He asked me to give him 36 days.
But they don't know what to do anymore.
Why should I believe him? That's my question. Why should I believe him? Because they've been telling us this for quite a while.
And while everything can't be fixed in the blink of an eye, we're sitting down with the head of engineering tomorrow morning to hear how they plan to fix this issue, where the storm fee money is going, and when those who live right here in Wood Lakes can expect some change.
A frustrating problem, Hallie, especially on a week like this where it's rained just about every day. Thanks for the live update there from Hepzibah.
Watching your baby sleep peacefully should be a joy for all new parents, but for too many, it ends in heartbreak. In South Carolina, the number of babies who die from sudden infant death syndrome, or SIDS, more than doubled in 2021, the highest in 10 years. There are no symptoms or warning signs for SIDS, but we found there is one danger that can be prevented. In Georgia, the GBI reported 148 babies died because of an unsafe sleep environment. In Richmond County alone, here at home, the coroner tells me 19 babies died from 2021 to 22 from sleeping on unsafe surfaces. There have been a lot of campaigns to promote safe sleep, advising parents never to sleep with their babies, put them on their backs on a safe, firm crib mattress. But we found a safe bed like this, that's a luxury not every family here can afford. So we went to work to find solutions. Baby Uzziah was born with spina bifida.
99% chance he won't ever walk or crawl.
He's almost 1 now.
But I don't believe in what these doctors say. It's not up to them, it's up to the man upstairs.
His mom, Felicia, doesn't have much, but she faithfully gets him to all of his appointments, and there are a lot of them.
Single mom trying to take care of 4 kids on, with no job and stuff, and him having doctor's appointments because of spinal bifida. I can't work. I get fired from a job the day I start.
But despite how hard it all is,
Where you going? What the heck? What the heck? What the heck did he just do?
he's her little miracle,
What the heck?
which he decided to prove on camera.
I got chills. My gosh. He'll get on his knees, but not.
Beating those 1% odds.
He'd have stood up for everybody.
When Uzziah came home from the ICU, he didn't have a crib or even a crib mattress. His mom couldn't afford one.
One of the biggest issues that we see patients that are coming from populations where they just don't have the resources.
Dr. Woodham treats high-risk pregnancy patients at AU, and many live in poverty.
Families don't have an option at times in terms of purchasing items like that, so they utilize beds that they already have in their home, which then automatically increases their risk of co-sleeping and the consequences of that.
The Georgia Bureau of Investigation found about 30% of babies who died of SIDS did not have a crib in the home. Over 50% were on unsafe sleep surfaces or using unsafe bedding. Many times, Dr. Woodham hears the heartbreaking stories behind the stats as she's treating moms during their next pregnancy.
It's really hard to get the stories out of moms because they're not ready to talk about it, or they feel guilty because they were in a situation where they couldn't provide the safe sleep practices. Not because they didn't want to, but they just couldn't.
See, I have a best friend, and same thing happened.
Felicia's best friend lost her baby to SIDS.
See, it was real hard, and then last year she had passed away as well.
It's the reason Felicia never lets Uzziah sleep in her bed.
Parents are sleeping with their babies in their bed, and you'll roll over and not even know the baby's there.
And why she's so grateful she got a donated crib through the Family Y soon after Uzziah came home.
Many times since the very beginning is when we go to give beds to school-age kids, there's an infant. And when we ask, are their needs met? Is there a crib? The answer is no.
Which is exactly how they found out Uzziah needed a crib. The Family Y's Place to Dream program doesn't typically provide cribs, but volunteers bought one.
But when I heard the number of deaths related to that,
16 in 2 years in Richmond County alone.
As a mom, your heart just sinks. We've got to fix that.
We felt the same way, which is why News 12 is teaming up to start a new program with Augusta University Medical Center and the Family Y to provide cribs to parents who can't afford to buy one.
We can solve something as simple as that. I think that would make a really huge impact given the percentage of these deaths are related to sleep.
You think about an infant that may be sleeping in an unsafe environment, that's life or death. And so to leave an infant at a home without a crib, that's where our heart really lies, and we would love to be able to help support that and expand our Place to Dream program.
I guess this crib is doing them something good.
So AU is already working on identifying these moms who need help. Today, I got a call from the director. They already have found moms who truly need a crib now. We haven't even officially launched this yet, but we're really not going to waste any time fine-tuning all those little details. We're just going to get going, and we really need your help to do this. So you can drop off new, unused cribs, crib mattresses, or fitted crib sheets to News 12. You can do that 1226 Gray Way. We're right over here by Costco, easy to find, or to the Family Y headquarters at 1058 Clawson Road, Monday. You can do that either here or there, Monday to Friday, 9 to 4. You can also ship those items straight there to the Family Y headquarters if you'd like. And Amazon Prime Day is coming up. We just want to mention that. But you can also donate directly to A Place to Dream, and we're going to put their link on our website for you. But when you hear some of these stories that some of these practitioners are dealing with, that is a phone call or a story you never want to hear, that a mom could not afford a safe place for her baby and the baby passed away.
It's such a simple thing, but one, if the community gets behind it, we can do something about it.
And we've seen that happen time and time again. Katie McCauley, who I was speaking with at the Family Y, they've seen the community step up, so they're a little worried about how overwhelming the need might be, but they're not worried because they know you guys out there are going to fill in the gaps.
Absolutely, and I can't wait to start to see those donations coming in to go right out to those families who need it.
Start doing that immediately, tomorrow, 9 to 4. You can stop by, you can ship those as well.
And we'll add all this to social media so you can find out more information.
Yeah.
Good idea. Still to come on News 12, we're going to show you where Cabbage Patch Kids come from. Has nothing to do with a stork when we come back for One Tank Trips.
No way. No, as far as looking at rainfall chances, we are continuing to watch out for some flooding issues through tomorrow, but a much improved forecast for the weekend. Your forecast comes up next. Staying a tropical storm and then eventually maybe fizzling out. But as far as the 7-day forecast, staying dry for Saturday and Sunday, rainfall chances do return by Monday.
Well, have you ever wondered where Cabbage Patch Kids come from? Well, there's actually a hospital in Cleveland, Georgia.
That's the truth. Will Volk takes us to Babyland General for this week's One Tank Trip.
This is a hospital like no other.
Mother Cabbage in labor. All staff code green.
Welcome to Babyland, where Cabbage Patch Kids are born. This tree is called Mother Cabbage. It's the mother of all Cabbage Patch Kids. And now we're about to watch her give birth to another baby.
You know, it's kind of like a North Georgia classic.
Isaac Fletcher is here with his friends. They and a few others have gathered around to see this.
All vital signs are normal.
The ultrasound shows a happy, healthy baby girl. Nurse Easton is giving Mother Cabbage some amoxicillin and TLC. Then he asked for help from the crowd.
1, 2, 3. Alrighty. And here is our baby girl.
I was pretty emotional, honestly. Just watching a new baby born. You don't really get to see that every day.
And you don't see that everywhere either. After the delivery, Nurse Easton takes the newborn into the nursery, where she'll get her shots before joining her fellow kids in the Cabbage Patch, up for adoption. If you've ever wondered where Cabbage Patch Kids come from, now you know. In Cleveland, we'll vote on your side.
The Cabbage Patch, there it is. You can visit Babyland General for free. It's about 3 hours away from Augusta. Cleveland, Georgia's beautiful little mountain town, not too far from Dahlonega.
Yeah, it's
And,
a fun day trip.
Helen, Georgia, so all right there together.
Hit them all at once. But nurses say Mother Cabbage usually gives birth at least once an hour or so. Very busy lady. I mean, she is pumping them out.
Yeah. All right, we've been there. Been there, got the t-shirt and the soft little scrunchy baby. That's going to wrap things up. We'll be right back after the break.
First Alert Radar, powered by Jim Hudson Lexus Acura Infinity.
Are you turning 65 soon? At Augusta Medicare Specialist, we know how confusing Medicare can be. Let us guide you through the entire process. And by the way, you don't pay a penny for our services. Don't wait till you're 65 to call. Are you 64.com.